All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pronunciation workshop. My name is Katie Adler, and I have here with me
Marion Scott.
Excellent. And it looks like your volume might be, is my volume in sync? Can you see if it is?
It's just slightly delayed.
Okay. Yeah, now isn't that funny? Because before we were, oh, I know why. Do I know why? I think I have the YouTube going. Never mind. There we go. Awesome. We're fine. I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping, I think. Yeah, so we're not quite yet at 9 o'clock. So we're just getting started to make sure that we have everything connected. And it looks like on the play page, everything is working fine. I'm very happy about that. Okay, excellent. So the play page is working and people are slowly starting to show up. I know Yoshiko is there. Hello, Yoshiko. Very good to have you here. H-E-R-E, not H-E-A-R. That's what I typed into the Google thing. So we'll take a few minutes for people to arrive before we get into the pronunciation part of the evening. But how did you get involved and interested in teaching pronunciation?
Well, when I was a drama student, I had to learn accents and dialects. So I started to think about how we actually put these sounds together to create different sounds in my own language. And I had to learn all the phonetics and all the different IPA symbols and everything else that goes with it. And then when I left drama school, I started to work with businesses, especially on presentation and really conversation, if you like, for a business and being able to present yourself with good presence. And many of the people that I started to work with were not native English speakers. And so I started to put my accent and dialect training into use there by teaching in reverse, if you like. So I started to think about what shapes and sounds they were making and what shapes and sounds they needed to make and how to make that transition between what they were doing and what they needed to do. So that was how my interest in it all started. And it's been continuing now for about 16 years.
Oh, that's very exciting. And you teach people from all over the world, is that correct?
I do, yes, I do. I do a lot of Skype work. I do face-to-face if people happen to be coming into Britain. That's how we met. I love working with anybody. English is a very interesting language because there's so many different regional dialects. And we do have what's called standard English. So I tend to teach that. But yes, my clients are all over the world, from the Americas through to Asia. Yeah.
Now, when thinking about pronunciation, because I know here in Japan, you know, it's polite to cover up your mouth and to not move your face when you're speaking Japanese, and actually to keep your mouth and to keep everything possible when you're speaking. And that just doesn't seem to work very well for English.
It certainly doesn't. We need to use all of the face and all of the muscles of the lips and the tongue, and actually of the face itself. And we're going to have a look at some of that today, because it really is important to use that whole face and to make sure these muscles are strengthened so that we can correctly make the sounds that we want to make. We can't do it with a really dead face. It doesn't work in English because our language is not made down here. Our language is made here at the very front. Everything works at the front here. So we have to make faces, if you like. We have to use the whole face to speak.
It's
Okay.
very, and I never really thought about English. What's that?
You've frozen. Sorry. You're back now. You had frozen.
Okay. I really thought about English as being right there in the front of the mouth area.
Yeah. Well, we use our lips a huge amount for some of the sounds that we make. And in fact, today we're going to look at how we use our tongue more than perhaps we use our lips for the two sounds that we're looking at today, L and R, but also how much we use the jaw and what position the mouth has to be in to actually make those sounds. So yes, we do. We have lots of m, n, p, b, t, d. They're all based to the very front. It's only k and g and those sort of sounds that are mid-placed, and we have very few that are really, really far back.
Wow. Okay, so what I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to screen share for just a minute, and I'm going to show you on the play page that you can download. Sometimes, let me share is working. Did we get that? There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is move this just a little bit so that you can access it. Sometimes with a web page, the technical placing doesn't quite work. So let's see if that works right now. Just a minute. And thank you all for being here tonight. It's very exciting to have this pronunciation workshop, and it actually works for me too. Let's see, I still don't have that. Okay, well, the Japanese link is working. Let me just try this one more time. As long as you can get the Japanese link, I think that's good. But I'll give this one more shot here. That didn't work. Okay. And we want this. So you might have to open this up in a different window. Let's just make sure that we get that properly there for you. And okay, we'll insert that into the page. All right. Okay, and update that. So the PDF is right there on the web page, and it's where you can access it and follow along. You would probably want to open another window. So if you had a new window and then put in your, let's see, just put in the English with Katie and just do another window if you want to. And then what you'll be able to do, oh, my web is really slow tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, then you can just open this up in another window and have two windows while you're watching the presentation also. Or just follow along, and you can always go back and find those PDFs afterwards and watch the webinar again. So I think we'll start the exercises. So I'm going to stop the screen share and, whoops, yeah. Okay, and I do have my little mirror with me. It was a good idea to have a mirror if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. Remember, you can always go through this webinar again with the sheet and follow along as many times as you want. All right, so Marion, are you ready to begin?
I certainly am, and it is a good time to do it again and again because that helps to strengthen, and that's what we're looking at today, is which muscles are we going to be using and how are we going to strengthen them, and a few exercises to do that. So the sounds that we're looking at today are L and R, and in English we make a difference between L and R L, and R. Now, in English, R is one of the hardest sounds, even for the native speakers, because it's so difficult to see what's going on inside the mouth. It's difficult to know which bits of the tongue are touching which bits of the mouth and how to actually form that. So we'll work through that today. Some of the work we do today will make you yawn. And in Britain, yawning is sometimes seen as being a sign of being bored. But as far as I'm concerned, yawning is very good for you because it helps to open up your whole throat and open up your mouth as well and really release and relax the muscles that we use when we speak. So I want you to enjoy yawning if you do yawn, and I don't want you to stop the yawn or suppress the yawn. So it may be that normally you would yawn very politely. I don't want you to yawn politely today. So I thought we might just start by having a yawn. So just pretend to have a yawn and see how you get on. Have a lovely yawn.
All right, I'll try that. Now remember, a yawn, Y-A-W-N. Y-A-W-N. It's something you do when you're tired. So here I go. Everyone, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Lovely.
Oh, my face turned all red.
You're absolutely right, Katie. You can take that into the yawn, the stretch, a sigh, and a groan. Oh, much as you do when you wake up in the morning. And that just helps to release the face and to remind ourselves that, yes, we have to work with the whole face today, what we're going to be doing. So we're going to do a little bit of mouth gym, just to warm up the muscles we're going to use, to help us connect with our tongue, because that's going to be an important part of what we do today, and understand the connection between what the tongue is doing and the lips. It's quite normal for it all to feel a little bit odd and for it all to look a little bit odd. So if anybody's watching you while we do these mouth gym exercises, they might be laughing, but don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to screw your face up really tightly and then open it up into a big look of surprise. I'll show you how. So screw it up as tight as it will go, really scrunch it in, and then open in surprise. Someone's giving you a big birthday cake and it's such a surprise. So screw the face up and open with surprise.
Okay, I'll try that. Okay.
Absolutely lovely, brilliant, perfect. And this time we're going to screw the face up again, so we're really tightening up those muscles, and then we're going to open it wide into a big, wide smile. So we screw the face up, and then into a big, wide smile. And the face goes that way to smile. The surprise went that way. This one is this way, big, wide smile. So screw it up, big, wide smile. You do it, Katie.
All right.
Lovely. And already we can feel as though we've been working our mouth just a little bit, and the face has been elasticated almost. It feels as though it's a lot more pliable than it was before. Now what I'd like you to do is to think about the lips and the lips only. I want you to push them forward into a pout, as we would call it, or an ooh position. Put them forward and go ooh.
Do you think, could that also be called like a whistle mouth?
Yes, that could also be called the whistle mouth. Yes.
So ooh,
ooh,
ooh, ooh.
Well done. Excellent. Lovely. And then this time, take it in to a big wide smile and say E, E, E.
E, E, E.
Lovely. And let's go between the two. Ooh, E, ooh, E, ooh, E.
Ooh, E, ooh, E, ooh, E.
And now let's do what I call British fire engines, because this is the sound that fire engines make in Britain. Ee-oo, 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 ee-oo. You try.
Ee-oo, 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 ee-oo.
Well done. Excellent. That's us working between the lips being wide open and then being pouted forward. We'll need all of that today, working that mouth to the widest it'll go and then the smallest it'll go. Now I'd like you to stick your tongue out. I know it sounds a bit rude, but just stick your tongue out and touch the tip of the tongue, the very end. The tip of the tongue. Your turn.
So just
That's it.
okay.
And if
That
you
was
want
easy.
if you want to use your mirror to make sure you have got the very, very tip of your tongue, you can just use the mirror by taking it and watching yourself, making sure that you're there. Okay, now let's take the tip of the tongue and I want you to touch the tip of your teeth at the front here. So the tip of the tongue to the tip of the teeth.
Yeah, that mirror helps.
Yep, good. All right. So now we take the tip of the tongue and we actually just slide it back inside the mouth to where the teeth and the gum line meet. So the tip of the tongue will sit just where the teeth and the gum line meet.
So the top of the teeth on the inside.
Yes, the top of the teeth on the inside. And if you take it from the tip at the front and then curl it back inside, you can feel it. Watch in the mirror if you want to.
Yeah, so the top of the tongue disappears behind the teeth.
It does, and just sits where the teeth and the gum line join. Wonderful. All right. Now, the mouth itself is a dome shape, so it sits like that. There's a big dome in the middle. What I want you to do now is take the tip of the tongue and again start with the teeth, take it to just behind the teeth, and then keep the tip of the tongue tracing backwards until you reach the top of the dome, which is the roof of the mouth. We call that the roof of the mouth. So it looks something like this. And just take it to the very dome.
Right, okay. Let's see.
And trace it all the way back. Good.
Yeah.
Lovely. And we're just going to complete that by tracing it right the way back as far as we can, back towards the throat. So you come up to the top of the dome and down the other side. So it's going to look like this. And I want you to see if you can take the tip of the tongue and trace it back and forwards and back and forwards. A good 5 or 6 times. Off you go.
Okay.
And trace it forward as well.
Uh,
That's it. Good. Lovely.
Good. That feels good, actually.
It really helps to just stretch that tongue. It's great for stretching, making it do what you want it to do. Because remember, the tongue is a muscle, and we can train a muscle to do whatever we want it to do. It's just about getting it to be strong in the right places. So let's now think about how we make L. Remember, I said the tip of the tongue needed to go behind the teeth, just at the top of the teeth where the teeth join the gum. I want you to put the tip of your tongue back there again. And then just drop the tongue down and say L. Notice that my mouth doesn't move. It's just my tongue. L. L. L.
Okay, so la, 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 la. And the tooth, the tongue doesn't come out either. La.
No.
La.
La. It just drops into the bottom of the mouth. And the mouth doesn't do anything but stay open in an almost relaxed smile. It's only the tongue that's doing all of the work. La. La. So let's have a few las in a row. La, la, la. La, la, la. La, la, la. You try.
La, la, la. La, la, la. La, la, la. La, la.
As you can sing it, you're singing. You're absolutely right. One of the best warm-ups for the tongues that I know is the song "I Like to Be in America," which you can sing to la. La 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 la, and you can sing just about any song to la, and it's really good for strengthening and getting that tongue working till you can get it trilling almost. La 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 la, and that will just help you really focus on where that L has got to be. But start slowly and work up. La 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 la. You could get that muscle stronger and stronger. It's a bit like learning to whistle. It takes quite a few months of practice to get going. Everything does when you
know, I think what's I'm noticing about this is how open the mouth is. And I think perhaps a lot of speakers of Japanese tend to close the mouth into a ra, 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 and that's ra, and that keeps the mouth really, really small. Whereas actually for la, you want your mouth open and la, la, la. So that's something with the mirror that you want to practice also, is just la, 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 not ra, 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 ra. It stays open. They don't touch. La, 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 la. That's great.
And it is just the tongue that's doing the work up and down, up and down. The lips are not moving. They're just in that little smile. Remember when we did the E part of the ooh, E exercise? That's why I asked you to do E, because that's almost the position that the lips are in when your tongue is doing the work in L. So you're just smiling, la, 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 and it's the tongue that's doing the work. So let's actually go back to that British fire engine, because we're now going to use the ooh part of that. Let's go to ooh, E, ooh, E, ooh, E. Can you just do that exercise just to remind yourself of the difference between the ooh and the E? Off you go. Ooh,
ooh, E, ooh, E, ooh, E, ooh, E. Now the E is for the L. Is that right?
E is for the L, absolutely.
E, la, 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 ooh, E, la, 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 ooh, E, la, 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 la.
Good. Yes. You've taken that a little bit further. You can go into the E and then do la la la. You're absolutely right. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stick your tongue out. We're going to think about R this time. R, R. And I want you to stick your tongue out, and I want you to just feel the sides of the tongue. This is what it'll look like. Sides of your tongue there. Just there. You do it.
Okay.
Excellent. Good. All right. So we're going to be pressing the sides of the tongue against the inside of the top teeth. So the sides of the tongue are going to press against the insides of the top teeth. So feel those two places, sides of the tongue, inside.
Okay.
Good. Excellent. So you can think about where they are. So what I want you to do is, keeping your tongue flat, I want you to raise it so that it's in the middle of your mouth. It'll look like this. But try and keep it flat. Open your mouth.
Okay.
And have your tongue in the middle. All right. Now, still keeping your tongue flat, you need to pull it back until the sides of your tongue are touching the top of your teeth. I'll demonstrate. What you want is the tongue still to be flat, but just the sides touching the top of the teeth, so that you can still feel air passing through. So why don't you have a go at that? Keep your tongue flat.
Okay, let's see. Like that.
And then press the sides of the tongue against the teeth. You should still be able to feel air coming over the top of the tongue. Because what then happens is we just turn the tip of the tongue up slightly, but we don't touch the roof of the mouth. So we pull the tongue back into the mouth, the sides of the tongue touch the sides of the teeth, and then we just bring the front of the tongue up. Quite a hard one, but we don't bring the tongue tip up to touch the roof of the mouth. I can still have air passing. And then we can say R. And notice the tongue stays in the position before that moves. R. 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 In fact, try growling like a dog. R. R.
So I see the tongue is actually way back. It's
and the
pushed
lips
back.
And the lips are further forward into that oo position. So that's why I've got slightly. And the sides of the tongue are pressing against those top teeth inside.
I can't get that. I can't get the sides of the tongue to teeth.
You've got to have the front of the tongue slightly raised, but not touching the top. This is a really difficult one. I think it is the most difficult sound. I really do. I think it helps this sound if it's moving into something else. So like la, it's almost good if you do ra, ra, ra. Because what you're then doing is you're seeing the tongue starting in the ra. And the tongue and the mouth move in the next position.
Does our tongue really do very much with ra, or is it mainly our mouths? Is it mainly our lips that do the ra?
It's mainly the mouth that moves and the tongue stays where it is.
Yeah.
The jaw actually drops. So if we think of a word like right, actually we go and we make the sound and we move into the right. So sometimes it's easier to do when we're moving into right, ready,
Right, ready, yeah, my tongue is just way down there. My tongue is very down, and it's my mouth that's doing everything.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight bunched in at the back. It's almost like you folded it into the back and you brought it back in. And it's not. It's a short sound, if you like. It's once you've got it in that position, you make the sound and you move on. It's not a long one like la, where you've actually got two positions to go into. Just is done in that position. They're both voiced sounds as well, which means you need the shape and you need the voice to make it happen. You can put your tongue into the shape, but if you don't actually add the voice, then nothing happens. So the two together, and then you move on. Shall we move on to a few words?
Yeah, now there I could see. Yeah, I could really see that your tongue was down for that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on to some words. That would be great.
Okay. So if we think about the difference between la and ra, and again, we've got that pout going on. The lips are much further forward for ra. La, ra, la, ra. Let's see if we can just work between the two to start with.
La, ra, la, ra, la, la, ra, la, ra, la, ra.
Good. Okay. And now let's move between words. So let's go for light and right. Light and right.
So like turn on the light, you are right. Turn on the you are right. Light, right. Light, right. Light, right.
Absolutely. Well done. Good. We can go with lice. Now, lice are horrible little things that you can sometimes get from not being clean. How about that? He had lice. Lice.
So that's L-I-C-E. L-I-C-E. He had lice. He had lice. Lice. Lice.
And just change the first letter to R, and we have rice. A bowl of rice.
A bowl of rice. He had rice. He did not have lice. He had rice.
And bowl is quite good because bowl ends with a L and rice starts with a R. So we've got to finish with L and start with R. So we have to move between the two there. But anyway, that's... So another two, lace. Lace. She wore a lace collar. Lace. So that's that very fine, beautiful white, usually it's white, embroidered stuff. Lace.
Lace. Lace. Lace. Lace.
Race. He ran a fast race.
Race. Race. She wore lace when she ran in the race.
Yes,
she wore lace. She wore lace when she ran in the race. Oh, let's see if there are any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Any of you who are listening on the webinar? Anything you'd like repeated or that you're not sure about, you can type it in the box and I can see your question, and we can take it from there. I know you've been busy doing the exercises, and remember, the mirror helps a lot. The mirror helps a lot to help you see the placement of what you're doing. Let's see if there are any questions. We have love tongue exercises. Judy says that's great. Yuko says la la la. And Taiko says ooey ooey ooey. That's great. Yeah, you know, it really does. I think we hold a lot of stress in our mouths too, from like the mask that we put on when we're in public, or we're with our co-workers, or we're with people, you know, you've got your face kind of frozen. Man, those exercises feel really good to kind of release that tension of life.
They do. And at the end of all of this, you may feel you want to do another really big yawn. So that's always an option. Have a great big yawn.
That's a great
you want
idea.
To do more words?
I think, you know, we're at the 30-minute mark, so there don't seem to be any questions. And I think that was actually a great, you know, for an introduction to L and R. That's a lot that you presented tonight. So maybe just quickly go through the different steps as a recap, and then see if there are any more questions.
Certainly can do. Okay. So let's start with L or L. And let's just think about where we put the tongue tip. That sits behind the teeth, where the teeth join the gum. And we come down with the tongue, L, L, L. If it helps to use your hand, great. L, L, la, 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 la. And then for R, we have the tongue flat. We pull it back in, and the sides of the tongue hit the sides of the insides of the teeth, top teeth, R. And it's this R, R, R. It's this pouting that happens here. Rice, road, ready, run, R, R, R. We're also using the bottom lip quite a bit. It's quite tight around here as well. R, R, R. Just keep working, keep making those muscles do something that they're not used to doing. Strengthen them up and keep tweaking and adjusting, and you'll soon be there.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to build on that, that I think you should take can't out of your vocabulary. Make it, I'm learning, I'm doing, I'm improving. I can't do this. Well, maybe you can't right now, but it's not that you can't. You can in the future. So keep thinking about the future and where you will be if you continue to practice this. So it's not a matter of you can't, it's just a matter of it's not a habit that you have yet, but that it is a habit you can develop. So you can.
You certainly can. And I always go back to when we learn to speak. We have to spend a long time. In English, for instance, children will often go ba 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 ba, ma 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 ma, and ma 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 will eventually become mummy. But it takes a long time to actually play with the sounds before you can make them, because the muscles aren't strong enough. So if you want to play with the sounds, la la la, ra ra ra, la ra la ra ra la 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 ra ra ra, just play, because all of that is strengthening, and that leads to I can.
Great. Now, I want to say again, Marion is in Edinburgh, Scotland, and in January 2017, I'm organizing a tour to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, to have an Answer Plus Plus English language learning experience. And it's going to be about 4 or 5 days. I'm putting the itinerary together right now. And Marion is going to be giving us a pronunciation workshop while we're there. And then also, some of her students will be joining us for an afternoon of tea and scones and Answer Plus Plus conversation. So Edinburgh is a very, very easy city to sightsee in. There is something to see on every single corner. I loved it. I was there for the first time in January of this year. Now, I will tell you, it was really cold and I loved it. I absolutely loved how cold it was because the Edinburgh people are so tough. They had no coats on. They used no umbrellas when it was pouring rain out. I was very inspired. But everything is so interesting that you do not notice the cold. The food is delicious. The people are friendly. The sights are interesting. And there is history on every single corner. And we have some great, great activities planned for the trip, as well as free time, so that you have time to get a feel for the city on your own and to create your own conversation experiences while you're on holiday in an English country. And of course, we'll be touring together and having a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. And Marion, I think you'll be giving a fabulous pronunciation workshop too. Oh, we have lost Marion. Marion was so excited, she fell over in her chair. She disappeared.
I'm so sorry. You froze completely, and then I lost you, and then I was brought out. So I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
Oh, what I said was I'm really looking forward to the pronunciation workshop that you'll be doing for us when we go to Scotland.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to it too. Yep. Everybody coming to our beautiful city. It is lovely. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. And you know, Wi-Fi, don't worry about it, everybody. This is technological glitches happen sometimes. I think for the most part, the webinar, we were able to get the instruction off, so I'm very happy with that. And the PDF is right there on this page, and I will send it out again this week if you missed it. You still have an opportunity to sign up for my Answer Plus Plus 1 week course. I love this course. I'm in the course every single day. Every free time I have, I'm responding, I'm answering, guiding you to non-stop speaking, which is a native way of speaking in English, and teaching you how to use mind map, and then how to use the timer and video to see your progress, and that you understand it's not so difficult to speak for 30 seconds nonstop, and it's kind of fun. So if you haven't signed up for the class yet, there's still time. I'd love to have you in the class. It's a fun class. We have a really great time, and we learn a lot about each other and about communicating in English. Marion, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Katie, and thank you everybody for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure. Love to work with you again.
So, oh, great. Judy says, sounds great. I love Scotland. I'd like to see Marion. Oh, we have a question.
Okay.
How can I image my tongue when the word has R in the middle of the word? From Sachiko, who can't put my profile. Oh, sorry, Sachiko. I don't know why you can't put your profile up there. So one more time, how can I image my tongue when the word has an R in the middle of the word? It's a great question.
Image. Okay, so so it's same. So let's think of a word. Lorry. Yeah. So we're it's same position. So perhaps if we take the word lorry, a big truck. Some countries call them trucks. In Britain, we call them lorry. That's a good one actually, because it starts with an L, doesn't it? If we take the word lorry, we get to r in the middle, and then it's just that. It's just placing that tongue into the place and then coming out again. So do it very slowly. Lorry, lorry. You can actually think about, and your mouth does close down quite a bit. Lorry, and then you're coming out of it. Lorry, lorry. It's about learning to be able to move into that sound fairly quickly. You could go or, or, or you could make another vowel sound, a, r, a, r, I, r, I, r. You could move from a vowel sound into R to try and help you make that transition from the beginning of a word into R in the middle. Does that help?
I think that, yeah, that helps a lot. And I think the most important thing that Marion said about this was to go slowly. While you have that middle R sound, it's to go slowly. So let's take, for example, Parker, P-A-R-K-E-R, which is often someone's last name in the United States. It's a common last name. And if you did it slowly, Parker, 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 Parker. I think slowly is the way to train yourself and that muscle into getting that when it's in the middle or wherever it is.
Yep. I think you're absolutely right, Katie. Running before you can walk is one of our famous sayings in Britain, and we have to walk very slowly with this. Make sure you can make the sound on its own first, then make sure you can add another sound in first, if you like, or that you can start words really well with it. So road, rail, rice, right. They all start. Then think about adding in your vowel, r, ir, r, and then even think about words with R at the end, and we can look at some of those as well at some point in the future, if you like. But the sound, making the sound first is important, and do it slowly.
Yeah. So like sorry, sorry, sorry. And remember the dog growl. I know a lot of you have dog growl in there, and it is like that. Sorry, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. So, you know, sorry. And then you get that out and you go, sorry.
You froze
dog. Just a little doggy. Marion, don't worry about it. It works itself out.
Okay. Any other questions?
You've frozen many times too. I just let you roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me check if there are any other questions. Let's see. Okay, so Sachiko, I hope that helped. And yeah, that like a dog, I think that R like a dog really works a lot. And then the L and the open, la, 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 and the R and the close, I love that. I love that distinction. That's really fun. Let's see if there are no more questions. I'm going to refresh this because that might be why I'm not seeing anything. Let me just check. And there we go. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, no, it looks like there are no more questions and that everyone is doing well. That's great. Marion, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here tonight.
Okay.
This has been a lot of fun.
Certainly has. I've really enjoyed myself.
All right, everyone, take care, have a good one, and have a beautiful evening. And it is Sunday tomorrow, so you've got the weekend to enjoy. For those of you who are signed up for the Answer Plus Plus course, we have our Hello Call tomorrow night at 9 p.m., and I'm looking forward to it. You should have gotten an email with the information. If you are going to sign up and I'll send you the information for the Hello Call, and then Monday we start posting. Great. Marion, thank you so much again.
All right, then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.